Next, we have two presentations this evening. The first is to present a proclamation declaring April 8th through the 14th, 2018 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. And I'd like to turn this over to the Chief at this time.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council members. Yes, this week is National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, otherwise known as National Dispatcher Week. With last week's events fresh in our mind, much was made of our response time to that critical incident that we responded to. And while that was exceptional, it would not have been possible without the dispatchers and call takers that serve us on a daily basis at the San Bruno Police Department. It also illustrated the value of a local dispatcher and dispatch center. They're familiar with the area, the officers that were responding, and how to manage that situation was invaluable. The dispatchers that work for the San Bruno Police Department are truly first responders. They do a job that I freely admit that I would never be able to do. They often are handling multiple telephone calls while talking to multiple officers at multiple areas of the city all at one time. We put a lot of demands on them and they respond with flying colors on a regular basis. The person who manages our dispatchers and call takers as well as our records division is Shannon Rohach. I'd like to invite her up to talk a little bit about what they do.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Medina and council members. My name is Shannon Rohach. I was recently promoted to the position of Communications and Records Supervisor with the San Bruno Police Department. I have been with the police department for over 16 years, and I was working primarily as a dispatcher during that time. Sitting, I guess, over in that direction, we have some of our dispatchers here tonight. The San Bruno Police Dispatch Center represents over 57 years of experience total. During Dispatch Appreciation Week, we are able to acknowledge the dedicated and hardworking people behind the mic that don't always get the recognition that they should. Although this is but 1 week out of the year, we should always be thankful for these fine women and men every day. Most of you are familiar with the job demands of law enforcement and fire personnel. The job of a dispatcher is hard, it's stressful, and it can be emotionally draining. These dispatchers that serve the people of San Bruno are strong, capable, hardworking, and dedicated individuals. We saw that this last week, especially during the YouTube shooting incident. As is usually the case during the day shift, one person was in the dispatch center when the initial call came in of an active shooter. She immediately needed help. I was able to sit next to her in the dispatch center to assist in answering some of the 200 phone calls we received within the first 2 hours of that incident. We are also fortunate enough to have a virtual dispatch center that seamlessly allows Burlingame Police Department dispatch to help answer our phone calls during a major emergency. Thankfully, that was in place. The volume of calls and the amount of radio traffic that was received was an amazing amount, and those people were necessary. Each one of these people that are sitting here and some that couldn't be here tonight showed up to work that day during their off-duty time to help at some point and after that incident, even if only to allow a dispatcher to get up and walk away from the terminal for a little while to just have a break. Sometimes the additional people there just gave us a chance to get food for the staff. This is yet another major incident the police department and the community we serve has had to endure. It won't be the last, and thankfully we will have these outstanding dispatchers there to take the call and handle the radio. Sorry, this is the part where I get emotional.
That's fine.
Aaron, Damaris, Tracy, Jackie, and Robert, these are the members of the Police Department Dispatch Center team. We are small but mighty, and I'm proud of their dedication, the efficient work that they do, the support they have for each other, and they should be commended for all of the work that they do. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. It's almost over. I think this might be my first proclamation as mayor, and
nice.
I'm privileged to present it to you, Shannon, and to the team. We know far too well what happened last Tuesday. I know I speak for the council, that this mayor and this council and this community was very proud of what all did in that department for YouTube, for the community, the residents of the neighborhood. It also is one thing to acknowledge the whole team, and we are. And we're acknowledging that for the professionalism, the dedication the protection that you offer, because you're the first line that that person calls. But also, Aaron, I know you don't like getting singled out, so I've heard. You were there last Tuesday. You also were the person that was there 2010 with the explosion. You've walked in some heavy shoes during those times. And you sit here today, very, very quiet, very reserved, but I can't tell you, it's each one of you in this department and each one of you that sit in that control room that make us proud, make me extremely proud to be mayor. So Shannon, with my honor, I will bring this and present this to you.
Thank you so much.